Hey curious people, so it's the first Scrap Chat premiere of 2021. Hope you all had a good new year. I've got a really odd thing in front of me. Some of you might know what this is. This was given to me by my osteomyologist, who I have to go to every 4 weeks to have my body basically put back in line. That's a ongoing issue I've had since birth. He does a fantastic job, and he gave me this. He knows what I'm doing. He's like, he loves the sort of copper thing I've got going on and the recycling and everything, so he now saves me his broken bits and pieces. Now this, not used correctly, it can do a huge amount of damage, so he's given this to me for it to be taken to pieces for no other reason. We don't want anyone doing themselves more harm by using this equipment in the wrong way, so he's given it to me to take to pieces. He's got another model. So it's obviously a massager. You put your leg, believe it or not, in there, and it massages. I'm trying to do this with a straight face. I'm sure you can understand why. Say nothing about that. So anyway, this is the cord. Nice 3 brass pins on there, and it's a lovely unscrewy, so we know it's not a pile of poop, so that's good. And I shall put the cord down there. Okay, so it's obviously going to be a good motor in here. What are we looking at? We've got some torques in there. 15. It's a 15. There we go, 15. T15. So how are you all? I hope you're good. What have you done with your week? Are you all back to work? I expect most of you are back to work. Yeah, by the time you see this I'll be back to work, although we've got some different guidance. I think most of you know I'm a key worker. I work with teenagers with autism, doing behaviour management and life skills and things in a specialist provision. So the new restrictions down here and, well, over most of the country have meant that what I'm doing is looking a bit different at the moment. So yeah, I'm at the time of making this video, I'm not too sure what that's looking like, other than the fact that I will be back at work. We have some vulnerable students who will need to still have our care during this time, so, but I think my hours will be slightly different. Anyway, oh, very easily, goodness. Okie dokie. So this might be a bit awkward to get the casing off with the massagers there. When you haven't got the right tools for the job, it's annoying. Right, well, there we go. Okay. This is the innuendo gift that just keeps giving. Okay. So, what have we got here? Right. These are obviously massagers. The nice big motor here. So, let's see what we can easily lift away with this one. I feel perhaps I should have popped this one into the middle of the video. But we're here now. Okie dokie. So what are everybody's plans or wishes, dreams, resolutions, whatever you want to call them, for 2021. Has anyone got anything different they want to work on, or continuing to work on the same stuff? I definitely want to put more of my time into doing the recycling and my channel. I want to do the usual, which I know is just so, but I really need to do something about taking care of myself a bit more, that's for sure. Give my poor body a break from the junk food. Just try and be a bit healthier. I'm not going to call it a diet, I'm not going to call it anything. I think the second you do that and you put that pressure on yourself, it's just, you know, so easy to break. And I just basically want to be healthier. I want to get back into my walking as well. We've got, you know, we're in the country, we've got lovely woods, surrounded by like 3 miles of woods, so I'd love to just get back into my walking. Yeah, so that's me. I'd like to make more connections all over the world. That would be nice. You know, with other scrappers and stuff. I'm loving the connections that I've made already. There's also 2 under there, look. Quite oily in here. Okay. Okay. So I was thrilled with your support for the last premiere, guys. Thank you very much. And also, you know, people watching it afterwards as well who couldn't make it. That's always massively appreciated too. Got a couple coming from that way as well. I knew it would do that. So now I know that you can have I don't have any bigger tools than this to undo the screws, because I have a really weak wrist, and the batteries are just too heavy to like constantly hold that big kind of power drill. Now I know you can actually have the smaller batteries and they're pretty lightweight. I'm actually, ooh, look at that grease. I'm really tempted to get one to make it easier on doing stuff. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Oh, okay, so that's all steel. Nothing in there but plastic, and that's steel as well. Ooh, hiss. Okay, so that, well, I mean, you know I do keep things to make stuff, but I just can't. That's got to go. That's going in the shred, which is, oh, yeah. Nice big motor though. Let's just get some of that grease off of there. Okay, this has been a cool little thing to scrap out, unusual. I've never come across one before. I probably won't come across one, not like this anyway. I've seen, you know, in fact I think I've got one in this pile actually, like the back ones that you put on a chair and stuff, but that's about as good as I can do there. Oh, actually there's another thing for this year. I want to get we've got a caravan in our garden that used to be on a site years ago, but it's basically rotten. I want that gone, and I want to get another decent outbuilding to store stuff ready for processing, either ready for processing or already processed, but just, you know, generally extra storage. My husband would like I'm thinking of getting like one of the double ones, so that maybe he can have a home office, because he works from home now and it's always tricky really inside. So yeah, look, lovely. Why don't we just go ahead and have a little look in here, see how easy it is to see what's going on here. I reckon that's, whoa, that's a big one. Oh yeah, this is going to be a dream to, well, she says. But I do quite like the size of them though. Okay, so, ooh, there she is. Beautiful. And unpeel that. So, nice bit of brass there and there. And it is. It is. Oh, lovely. Okay. So that will need that's just steel in the middle, but I'll get those tiny little bits of, and then steel there too. Okay. There we are. There's that lovely copper. Oh, very nice. Very nice. We know that we love it. So you got this nice aluminium plate on the top, and you've got some ferrite inside, and then this steel casing. Look at the way that's put together, isn't that lovely? Okay, now the power board, just a little tiny one. Let's just see where the screws are. Here it is. A little that as well. All right, so on here, obviously, we've got the transformer that I want, very small. These should be brassy connectors. Yeah. Got some of the blue capacitors, some big ones as well. Little resistors, some copper. In there as well. Oh, and a MOSFET hiding. No little heatsink for it. Come on. And obviously I strip out the switches as well. Maybe some silver contacts, brassy bits inside. So there we go. And then of course you've got this that needs to go off to plastics. Okay guys, I've got to get this done before I go to the centre on early next week. So I've got this big LG that my friend turned up with. It's pretty big. It's going to be a bit awkward, you know, doing this one. It's a bit bigger than I can sort of handle in here, really. But you know me, I like a challenge. So basically, I just want to get the main boards out of here and then send it off for recycling. So Right, I just need the light to I need the light to guide me, guys. There we go. Alrighty. So, this is the cover to the LG. And here are the boards. Now, it doesn't look like much. There'll be another board underneath as well. People always miss it. They think this is what you get, but there is another board under this panel, I'm telling you. I am telling you. Alrighty. No scrap goddess, not today. Okay, board number 1. We'll go through what's actually on the boards when I've got them all off. Okay. Lots of heat sinks on that one. Ribbon. Now, depending on the level that you want to go into, some people leave it there. I'm not some people. Oops. Cause I want it all. Do, 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 do. That'll be just to connect the base, I reckon. But I mean, it's only a tiny bit of time, really. It's not that difficult. It's just a load of screws to undo. That's shred. When I put this back together, I won't bother putting that in. I can just go in with the other shred. Yeah, we've got speakers. Whew, dust. Okay. I've got to take it out. I want the back. I want the... What I want is the strip of board that goes along the back here that connects the ribbon to the screen, because often it has gold. And if I'm taking something to pieces, then I'm going to get all of the precious metal recovery that I can get. Aren't I? Because why wouldn't I? Now, more screws. So now, that's what I'm talking about. Can you see this? That's steel. That's no good for me. Okay, look at this. Beautiful. And this is what I was talking about, guys. You know, if I'm taking a TV apart, I'm going to spend an extra 5 minutes to get to this bit with all this gold recovery on it. Because why the heck wouldn't I? There we go. Very nice. Okay, you have to be careful of the mercury when you're taking apart flat screen TVs. I mean, I've taken apart loads. If it's your first one, maybe look up the model, look at the bits that you want to retrieve and go from there, really. This screen has got a lovely edging, but I can't process that. I cannot get I can't separate the glass and the screen, so that is going to have to be done by the recycling big boys. Now, I want to get under here. Because I want to see, carefully take out the screen. Without smashing it. There we go. Oh, it's just like a giant mirror, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Looking, hair undone, mwah, dye on forehead. So, I want to get under this steel here. Pop up all the clips here. I want to lift up. I want the perspex. Oh, balls. Right, well, now I've done it. This is what I want. All right, there we go. I can make use of that. Thunder. I could play that for hours, I'm telling you. Put it away before you. I'm just gonna shove it. Oh, I'm not, because it's not gonna fit. I thought I might just shove it up there, but there we go, Celine, prop it up for me. And now it's literally like that impossible task of putting it back together. Honestly, once I've got to this, nah, no chance. But I'm just gonna, like, kind of, you know, loosely tape it. Just that, mainly so I can check that screen. Got screws everywhere. I mean, this is going swimmingly. I don't know why I thought I'd have any issue with this. Lol. Okay, so big giant mirror back in. Okay, so just quickly, because my daughter has had enough of me being out here now. So we've got the ribbon with gold edging, gold fingers, lovely. We've got these lovely boards that are underneath that often get lost, but look at all the gold recovery on them. 2 of those. The switches, and then you've got this power board. Lovely. I mean, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lovely aluminium heat sinks, copper coils, big transformer, another transformer, all these copper coils, brilliant, absolutely lovely. some sort of terminal there. Got coils inside them though. Okay, so that's lovely. Obviously loads of little capacitors as well, and relays I think here, and some ICs. Okay, so that's the power board, and then the main board, you've got gold here in these fingers here. Let's see, let's just have a quick look what's under the main chip here. Ooh, gold corner BGA, lovely, got one. And then you've got these ICs, you've got MLCCs, copper coils in here, gold in here, you've got gold in all of these. I've got some nice copper here, some ICs on the back, gold flashing as well, and then under here, come on, got a crystal and some more copper coiling on that there. Okay, so there we have it. Obviously the speakers. That's what's inside that LG flat screen TV. Loads to do to get to where I need to put my Christmas decorations. It's not particularly interesting, but my priority at the moment is the screens, because I'm going to the recycle place where I actually get rid of the screen parts of these. You can't dispose of them with other electronics. So I've got a few more screens to do yet, so I'm going to just crack on with these, really. So this is a BenQ FP931. It's quite a chunk, so I mean, monitors are not particularly exciting. However, you can sometimes get some nice aluminium inside them, which is always a bonus, and sometimes some nice bits on the board, but I can't undo the things. So yeah, one exciting feature this week is that I've discovered I can piggyback on the back of my parents' Wi-Fi up in my garden shed. So yeah, so I can actually watch some stuff when I'm not making a video. I can actually watch other people's videos while I'm pottering in the shed, which is great. I'm quite excited about that. I did ask permission, don't panic, because my parents live next door, so it's pretty handy. So there we have the cord, and what I normally do at this point is cut it here and here, more Smurf powder, and then I chuck that bit in with my cords. What's going on in there? And then these bits I would typically do that and that, that and that, and then these I put for further processing, and these, and then these I put into shred. Just quickly on opening this up, you can see this discoloration down here, which makes me think there's going to be something interesting going on the board down here. You can see the shadow, it's heavily discoloured. So, wonder what's happened there. So, for those of you who haven't done any of these or many of these, obviously the good stuff's under here. Now you might be looking at this thinking, well, how do you get in? So just to save you, I mean it's obvious when you know, but just to save you looking around for unnecessary amounts of time, this is, although this is on this here, it looks like you should take this off. No, all you need to do is remove these side screws, and then this whole top panel will just come right off. So now I've removed those screws, you can just literally lift up this whole back panel and you can access the boards from the other side. Here we have the beautiful rainbow ribbon. You see that? And so this is how we're going to access the boards. We can take them off from behind here. Just check the clip there. Yeah. So we want this. There we are. And there we've got, just to show you, a nice brassy clip. Okay. So I'll show you how I deal with clips that don't want to budge. Like this. One tiny dink. Bye bye clip. And then there we go. Right, so power board and the main board. Oh, there's a big IC on that. That's massive. I'll have a closer look at that in a second. Right, so we just want these. A little bit of aluminium there. Weighs nothing, but you know, we're just not going to let it go. And then this is all, looks like a bit of graffiti tag. This is all the shred. Now, I'm not done, because I also want the bit under here that connects the screen to see if these are gold. You can't tell under this gold coloured ribbon. Not so sure, doesn't look, but you know, you're never going to leave it without checking. Is that it? The rest just look dinked in. There we go. And yeah, we've got some nice gold flashing on here. So this is the bit I'm interested in. Okay. So here we go. We've got all these gold, all this gold flashing here. Now, where's the discoloration? Well, that doesn't look too good, but I thought there'd be some obvious damage, but there isn't. It's a bit odd, really. Okay, so now sometimes I go further and remove the whole casing here to get the bit that joins underneath. Just gonna have a quick look. I am actually going to go a bit further with this removal. Look out these tiny screws. Alright, that's looking pretty good now, actually, as far as getting off the clippy bits. my concerns are actually I should be able to get this off now. A bit easier. Remove this outer plastic. There we go. And then you've got your layers. Psychedelic, baby. I just like it. I don't know why. It's kind of like that 3D effect, see? I just keep materials like that to make stuff with. Not that bit, that's just junk. This is a nice thick piece of plastic. Really thick perspex that is. That is brilliant. And you know what? Living in the country, we always need. I can't tell you there is always. We just need a bit of perspex for something on the side of one of the animal runs, or something breaks somewhere else. You need to temporarily. Honestly, that is the way it goes. Okay, so. Just get this paper off. This is a nice piece of aluminium here. So there we are. Don't want to, you know, if I've taken the thing apart anyway, I might as well just go that bit further and get this piece of aluminium at the same time. Okay, so here's the actual screen. These are the bits that I ripped off earlier. Sometimes we've got some gold edging here. Not today. So this screen is going to go back into this piece of shred steel, and what I'm going to do is pack in, not that, I'm keeping that also. So I'm going to keep that one and get rid of that one. I had a massive one of those yesterday. I actually don't remember what I did with it. That's funny, because it was only yesterday. Oh Lord, I don't know. Oh, hang on. Let me just... Right. I already checked all the standoffs and bits and pieces. So this is just shred. So we're just going to pop this back. Job done. Off it can go. Now I had the tape out for doing the big TV. Oh, here it is. So yeah. There we have it. Just enough for transportation. Is fine. Don't want to waste too much of my beloved tape, although this is really pretty much the only thing I use it for in the winter. In the summer it comes in handy for all sorts of gizmos, but and like that and like that, and then that's down for on the screen pile. Alright, so just to go over the boards from that one. Just to mention, so sometimes you can be really lucky and get a whole heat sink in this shaft here in the stand, and it could be a whole aluminium heat sink. I've had them before, I think probably on film. Not so lucky with this one. This is just steel. So it's all, I've tested it all, it's all steel. So that's just going to go off for shred as well. Over here, that was also just shred. Okay, so the boards. So you've got your rainbow wire, So you've got some nice ICs on here, nice chips. Little tiny capacitors. Crystal. Can't see any gold on those, which is disappointing. There should be gold in this one though. Oh, it's so tiny. Eeny beeny beeny weeny MLCCs along here. And some resistors. Little diodes. No, they're diodes, not resistors. Okay, and then on the power board, this is what I'm interested in. Transformer here and here, a little flat one. Another flat one here. So they all contain copper, copper, copper. MOSFET with copper. No, wait. No, that's not a MOSFET. I take that back. That's got 4 prongs. That's one of the sneakies. Here are the MOSFETs at the back here. So nice 4 there on the heat sinks, aluminium, extruded aluminium heat sinks, and some ICs. You got your little sort of resistors. Fuse, I take the fuses. Brass from the power supply unit. So these capacitors may or may not have copper in them. I basically always bust them open just in case. And then there's another copper coil there, and then there's a little tiny transistor there. Okay, oh, and another coil hiding in there. That's quite a nice thick copper actually on that one. And that one, another transistor there. IC on the back. And teeny weeny other little bits of bobs. Okay, so that was what was inside that flat screen. This one with the gold flashing and MLCCs. Got little tiny copper in there. More little ICs. And some tiny gold fingers in there. Okay, I've got this Dyson here. I've done loads of hoovers over the years. I always take apart hoovers down to... I get everything, not just the cord, all the motors. Although I have missed some over a number of years that Dan from K&D has told me about the little motor in the brush heads, which of course, so I can't believe I've... it's always really painful, as we know, when we discover something we've been missing for a long time. you know, sometimes it's precious metals on boards, or so yeah. It's very frustrating. But now I know, no longer will any more mini motors of mine go off to recycling in their in the brush heads. So this one's a Dyson. I've done loads of this style Dyson, but never one that's this big. So this is actually pretty big for a pull along, non-upright. So good. It has got the cord here. Wait a minute. There we go. So, obviously, the first thing I want is the lovely cord. It's like an arm workout. Okay, how long is this cord? There we go. Now, when I cut this, the first time I did that, it scared the absolute, you know what, out of me. Quite literally terrifying. So, plug on here, it's a sealed unit plug, and yeah, come on Mr. Dyson, you can do better. But nonetheless, still gonna have some brass, a bit of copper and a fuse in it. So that's the cord. Okay, so first things first, so these are always Torx and different sizes and generally quite annoying to take apart, actually. I say that, this one isn't, this one's actually a... I stand corrected. The upright Dysons are Torx, so it's a surprise to me. There's normally hardly any actual Phillips screws on there, but there you go. Switch. Okay, so basically I just want to get rid of this massive lump of plastic junk out my way. Get these filters out the way to actually get to the good stuff. Now, quite often what ends up happening with these is that I just smash them open with a hammer, because often it's much quicker than faffing about. But we'll see. We'll see. So, right, I need to get in there. Oh, the screw. The screws are gone. Eh? Someone's already had a go. It would seem. Have they? Oh, would you leave it? There's no screws in it. Oh no, there's some in that one. There's some on this side. Probably a 15. Let's have a look. I think so. Gosh, it's like I've got to get through all the crud. That's why I thought they'd be gone. But it's just dirt and crud. Don't think I can actually get to the screw. Hear it. Is that in there? Wait, hang on. I know what that sounds like. It sounds like wasp's nest. It rather looks like some degree of something nest. There's nothing in there though. That is interesting. I wonder, the hole is clearly not as big as whatever it was thought maybe it was. Well, that's a first, I have to say. I've spiders' egg sacs, yeah, and mice, but never whatever the heck. Right, hopefully well, you know what I'm gonna have to do. I mean, I'm not gonna waste too much longer on this. So you know, you've got one chance. There's always one screw, isn't there? I'm just going to try and put a 10 in just to clear out the hole. Alright, you've had your chance. That's it. There we go. Time is precious. I am not wasting any time trying to get that torque out. Forget it. There we go. Boom. Turn the light off. So, oh yeah. Let's just dink out the switch as well. One thing that takes a little encouragement. Bit of brass. So that is all just crappy plastic. Goodbye. Okay. So this is a nice big one, isn't it? Nice brass. Yes, please. Here, and we've got nice brass here as well. So there we go. I think it was UK Scrapper and Dan from K&D again that told me about the. I think when these were encased, I used to just chuck these and miss that bit of brass that's inside, which is a bit gutting, isn't it? What the frig is holding that in? Look like they need. There's the clip. 1, 2. Any more clips? Okay, so they need stamping out because actually they're tiny bits of brass. Then you've got this steel winding in there, and then you want these bits. There we go, look at the brass here. Ooh, yes please. So it's connected obviously to that. So for that, I'm going to use my steel cable cutters. They will cut through the steel like nobody's business. There we are. I'm going to leave that on. Oh. And that, folks, is why I always wear these, because you don't want that going off in your face, in your eyes. Okay, well, that's now not so conveniently stored for me to use, but I'm still keeping it. It's great for art, and that's just plastic. Okie dokie, so then you've got brass, lovely brass, lovely brass, and still more. And there's brass there too. I'm just going to put that in the further processing. This is ready. It's nice and clean. Well, that bit's all right. Okay, so plastic into plastic. So right, you've got that lovely motor. You see the copper in there? Lovely, lovely. Good, good. So that will then go into my motor stack for further processing. And I will take off these brassy bits now. So nice brassy bits. So okay, that was what was inside the Dyson. Okay, just adding this in because my battery on my camera's charging, so I'm just doing a quick phone one. I've just taken apart my Nan's JVC TV, and I just want to show you what I got out of it, because actually it's pretty nice. So I've got this lovely board that connects to the screen. That's gold. It's got lovely gold flashing on there, which is very nice. And I don't know if you can see, but the whole thing's gold. Even better. So obviously on there we've got some MLCCs, a little bit of copper coil there, what IC. Yeah, so that's very nice too. So let me see this one. See that fuse there? Can you see what is on the edging of that fuse? That's gold, guys. Very nice. I don't come across that very often. The speakers, obviously, which I'll strip down. Okay, so this is one of the 3 little boards inside. This is kind of like the main board. That's copper in that ribbon there. Oh, it's quite stiff. I'll put that off separately. It's quite hard doing it holding the phone. Crikey, I'm not used to this. I'm used to having 2 hands free, so I can't point to stuff. So I'll just have to try and. So we've got MLCCs and crystals, ICs, MLCCs. So there should be some gold in here. Wow, this is quite good actually using your phone. You can really show stuff off. Okay, more ICs and MLCCs, some diodes. Okay, so that's that. Nothing on that side. And then there's this side panel board as well, which has got obviously some nice copper coils in here that I want. And you've got more transistors, obviously capacitors, more copper coils here. Oh, and look, another fuse that's got the gold edges there. Lovely. And then that's all the connectings for the little tubes. Right, and then the power board. So obviously for me, got lovely transformers, copper coils, and we've got aluminium, MOSFETs, the usual, you know, they're all power board's a power board. Some ICs, blue M&Ms, not of the eating variety. Okay, so that's the power board. So, and rainbow ribbon here, this little tiny thing that's got a little little MLCC on it. Let's take that apart, but I don't think there's gold in that one. And some little aluminium foil. So, ugh. My Nan is my best friend in many ways. I haven't been able to see her I haven't been able to be in the same room as her since March, and it is killing me, honestly. I can't tell you. I've seen her on the doorstep a couple of times. I saw her in the garden once, but she's 98, so we had to really keep a distance. But now it's winter, obviously that's not possible. So I am going to keep this stuff separate because I want to make something really special out of my nan's TV. She lives in our other house. She took the TV there with her. It also has, obviously I keep the Perspex, you know that, but it's got this amazing steel frame here. I'm just wondering if I can show you. So, I mean, I don't actually know without measuring what size the TV was. That to me is just lending itself for an amazing piece of garden art because it looks like a photo frame. So I'm going to try to make something at some point once I've cleared this backlog and I'm back into the creating things. I'm going to store this separately because I want this to be all about my nan, and I want it to, you know, remind me of her every time I see it, even though I can't actually be with her right now. And then I might depopulate some other little bits to make her something small, like a little resin something that she can have in her house as well. Okay, so that's it. That's my nan's TV. Okay guys, well that is just some of what I've been getting up to this week. I really appreciate you joining me for another Wednesday scrap chat, and I will see you next week. Take care, have a good one. Bye.